Can you hear me?
I can now?
Okay. Did you hear me before?
No. I have no idea what happened.
I didn't have my headphones plugged in.
Alright,
I
well.
thought they were under my cat, but they weren't.
Well, welcome to the Tired Couch Podcast. What's going on, Mike?
Nothing much, Mitch. Dude, I had a name for you. I forget what it is now,
Well, what the
sadly.
fuck?
I know.
You can be.
Magnanimous Mitch.
I like it. I'll take it. it's, it's weird. Remember whenever we were talking about Discord, like you were first telling me about Discord, and I've heard about it, but never, knew what it was?
Yeah.
Well, I started using it, a lot for,
Have you?
yeah,
I still
well,
feel like a boomer when I go on it. I'm like, how the fuck does this work? Why are there multiple rooms for everything?
yeah, and I kind of get the concept of it, but at the same time, it's like whenever you first get on it, you're just like, what?
Yeah.
And like our our clan in Destiny made one recently because they're supposed to be doing something with PlayStation where you can't have private parties or some shit. Yeah, I don't know. It might just be a rumor. I don't know. But I recently joined the Tadpog Discord because I was like, yo,
Uh-huh.
what is this Tadpog prom that I've always heard about and am now going to? And it's just at the expo, the nation just gets together and hung out. Like, I thought that might be just what it was, and I just wasn't sure. Um, but on their Discord, there's like a room for deals. It's just named deals, so I'm like, oh, game deals. And I go in and I'm like, would anybody happen to be selling N64 and GameCube shit? And then of all the people, because they did a list for the N64, like Dorkley's top 24, 25 or something like that for the N64, and they fucking hated it because they didn't have an N64 growing up. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like that's usually the case whenever you hate N64. But
well, I enjoyed Pong.
well, I get it, but it's like I go back to those
Did
games
you
now
ever
and I'm
play
like,
Adventure? Did you ever play Adventure? The Atari?
no, I've never played an Atari once.
Oh, okay.
I know. I refuse to go down that road because I look at it and I'm like, I won't be able to get into that.
I
And
just had one of those TV stick things.
yeah, I mean, it looks cool and fun and shit, but at the same time, just like, I bet you I won't be able to get into this because, I mean, I'm not a graphics whore or anything, but geez, everything's a bunch of dots. So,
Oh yeah, Adventure is hilarious because there's these things that are supposed to be dragons, but like everybody that ever sees them thinks they're ducks.
great.
It
Exactly
was
my
like
point.
swirly tail things. They
Well,
like they look like you'd imagine like the pixelated version of those things on Pikmin.
oh,
Just
fuck.
yeah.
But anyway, I'm asking, and nobody really has anything, and they're just all shitting on the N64. And I'm just like, why are you guys just trampling my soul? I just got in this bitch. And then of
So
all the
me.
people, Dave, one of the hosts of the fucking show, pops
Oh,
up.
I thought you were talking about Dave Batista.
Oh yeah, I don't even know who that is.
That's Drax and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, no, anyway, Dave posted a picture of like almost all the N64 games they played, and I don't own a single one of those carts except for like maybe two of them. And I was like, hey, I need like all those. He's like, I prefer trades. So I sent a picture of like three Super Nintendo games: Star Fox, Secret of Mana, and Super Bases Loaded, all in their boxes and shit. He was like, "That'll be a little lopsided in my favor." I was like, "Honestly, dude, I don't like play these, and I know you'll just keep them and collect them, so you can have them." I was like, "It's not even that bad of a lopside anyway. Like it's like I don't know, maybe like $50, but I was like, you can just take them. So we could either ship them or meet up at the expo. We decided to meet up at the expo and fucking swap them.
There
And
you
I
go.
guess a bunch of people are like, I guess a bunch of people are going from what I'm seeing. So it should be a good time. And they were like, yeah, dude, we just day drink and get fucked up and hang out.
There
So,
you go.
I mean, at an expo drunk as shit, yeah, I'll take that. Well, I did that at the fucking um the Pittsburgh gaming convention because they had a
They
vendor.
have like a bar in there. Is that what you do?
There in the Pittsburgh one. There was like a vendor in the corner. It was just like the small stand, and you could just buy a beer for $1, beers. And I was like, okay. So I start drinking and buying shit to collect, and then I go upstairs. Mario Kart competition. I immediately sign up. And we're all just playing. I'm drunk as shit. And it's like the new one that I never played before, or the newer one at the time. And I didn't know any of those fucking stages. I made it to the second round and then fucking got destroyed. So,
So they didn't even like the 64 Mario.
oh no, there's a couple of them they like, but like mostly like on the list. Like Super Mario 64 or bleh, Super Bomberman 64. It's like it's not Bomberman. This isn't Bomberman. And like I get it because I've played that game and it's horrible. Like they liked all the good ones that were on the list, and most of the good ones were on there, but like the other half was just like shit.
What's Bomberman 64?
It's Bomberman in a 3D world.
Was it like the story ones that they had for the Super?
No, it's just Bomberman. It's not Bomberman. It doesn't play like Bomberman. It's like you're walking around this empty 3D world, and you just pull out a bomb and set it here. And I played it for like 10 minutes. I was just like, oh god, this is just bad. I don't want to play this
What do
anymore.
you think Bomberman is?
Huh?
What do you think Bomberman is?
Well, Bomberman on the Super Nintendo, you're like kind of on a grid, and on this one, you're not. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yes.
open 3D world. It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, I played like was it the Super Nintendo ones? I think you had one of them. And is it Bomberman Generations?
No, I don't.
And
I,
there's
I
like
don't own
a
that one now.
Game Boy Advance one that I remember playing. You went around the 3D world and you had like essentially Pokemon. You'd get in little Pokemon fights with people. And they would have like essentially HM powers that you use in the overworld. And there was dungeons and shit.
That sounds weird. I mean,
That's the
personally,
Bomberman I'm used to.
I,
You're just talking like the multiplayer version of it,
what do
where
you?
you fought in a grid.
No, there's a. Uh, have you ever played a Super Nintendo Bomberman?
I think so.
It's like you're kind of on a grid or in like a closed-in space, and this one's just like 3D open world. It's me personally. I'm not even a Bomberman fan. Like I don't really like Bomberman to begin with. I just bought it because it was like $10 at a shop, and I wanted to try it out, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what they were talking about. Like at least the Super Nintendo one was kind of fun, but this is not fun. It's just empty, empty as fuck. So
I remember really like pixelated worlds, like you'd see in like what is it like? I don't know how to describe it.
Minecraft.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh God, really?
Yeah,
Ugh.
everything was polygonal or whatever, however the fuck you say that.
Polygonal.
Yeah, there we go.
Uh, but yeah, it seems like we're gonna have a fun time when we go up there. So that'll be tight. Uh,
Down there,
what's that?
down there.
Okay, down there. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We're West Virginia. We're west there.
East.
Eh, west
They're
of
more
Virginia.
west than us.
Aren't we west of Virginia
If
though?
you
Like
see the
northwest.
compass,
Isn't it like northwest of Virginia, but we're like West Virginia?
It's southwest. We're
Southwest, okay.
we're mostly just west of Virginia, I guess.
Fuck this
I
place.
don't know. South Virginia's, I think, really populated.
It still
Been
blows my
around Rich.
mind. It just blows my mind that people still don't know. Like, some people don't even know this is a state.
You'd think like, is it Delaware and Rhode Island and shit wouldn't be thought of too much.
Yeah, 'cause they're so tiny. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I don't think like most people don't live in Delaware. Think I know there's more jobs in Delaware than there are people in Delaware.
My buddy's gone up there to snowboard for a week. He told me to come with him, and I just don't have the time off. Plus, I'm saving for all the shit we're gonna go do. So
Yeah.
I really every year he fucking tells me let's go, and I'm like yeah. And then by the time it gets there, it's like yeah, I never have the PTO because I just hate that place so much. I just fucking dip on it sometimes.
Haven't you went downstate before?
I've never been downstate West Virginia now.
The snow foot or whatever fuck it's called.
Mm.
Ski resort downstate.
Oh, is that downstate? Seven Springs.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking
I
about
thought it was
snowshoe?
something rapid. Yeah.
No, I've never been to snowshoe. I've been to Seven Springs, which is really fun to snowboard at, but he doesn't really like. I don't know. He wants to try something different because he always goes to Seven Springs. So he's going up to
Yeah.
fucking Delaware, I think it is. Yeah. Uh, like I met a dude in Connecticut at the golf course, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm like here for 6 months, and then I go up to Delaware, and like that 6 months, it's always like snowy half the time at least." And I guess he has a house. He's just like, I just like put my skis on and jump out my back door, and boom, you're just flying down. I was like, that's so fucking sick. Can you imagine opening up your door and just being able to go snowboard or whatever?
It's like I don't know if people actually live there, but like that game Steep, which it's like a recreation of the Alps in Alaska and shit. And there's like houses on the Alps, and it's like that'd be a terrible fucking place to live. Like all the snow is constantly just up to the halfway door.
Well, usually at like big snowboarding and skiing locations, those are like just little vacation houses. That's all they are.
Yep.
They like
So
go there for like a week. Like they're for rich people that can afford to fly out here, hang out for a week, and fly back home. Like they don't.
I was thinking like the ski lodge would mostly be that. I was thinking that those would be more people that actually like work there,
Well, like I'm
like
saying,
maintain.
those are rich people. They're too good for the lodges. They like to
I
have
don't
their
know.
own whole ass house.
Those things are fucking horrible looking. They're like the smallest houses I've ever seen in my life, and they're like on the only non-steep grades on the mountain. So it's like I don't know if anybody wants to stay there. It looks horrible.
Well, there's a cool part of Seven Springs where okay, so if you take the ski lift all the way to the top, there are a bunch. I'm pretty sure it's at the tip top. Yeah, because that's where we started. Um, there's like essentially a village of just a bunch of like big log cabin things that you can rent out and live up in and stay up in while you're there or whatever. And but the path is straight through the village and it's long as fuck. And to start out, you're like flying down, going up underneath like overcrosses and shit like that. Like you're going underneath all of them, flying through the village. Like you could 100% smack a fucking house if you're like just. It would be really hard to do, but you could do it if you were like inexperienced because that shit is fast as fuck. Like
Yeah, like the old time comical thing where they're putting in a new window. You're going down towards them.
yeah, fuck that. That'd be horrible. Yeah, man. Like, uh, when I went there, I was experienced, but experienced for being around here. And I went there, and I finally learned how to like do the whole mountain and actually like do tricks and shit like that. Because there's even like a snowboard park. It's just like a skateboard, but it's all downhill snowboarding.
Yeah,
And fucking, do you know who just? Do you remember Justin Porco?
maybe.
Okay, he's a really good snowboarder, and we all went up there. And I didn't snowboard with him the whole time until we ran into each other, even though we rode the bus there together and shit. Because this was like a school trip for the day. It's weird. That's the only reason why I joined that club. Anyway, we go. He's like, yeah, we'll go to the top. Let's fucking race. And he has like two of his buddies with him. I'm like, all right, sweet. This should be pretty easy. Very wrong. Very wrong because by the time we were up there, it was probably 8, 9 o'clock at night. And it's
Yeah.
fucking freezing. Everything has turned to like pretty much ice, or at least really hard snow. And as soon as you fucking touch down, you zoom. We're just flying all over the place. I'm like getting freaked the fuck out, flying down huge ass curves and shit, fucking carving my ass off, getting tired of shit. Like that place is hard as fuck when you start off at the top and you don't know what you're doing. I didn't like
Yeah.
wreck or anything, but I just like so many fucking close calls.
Do you know Jamaica has a bobsledding team?
Why would you even ask me that? Everybody knows
Just think of
that.
that, right?
There's a movie.
Especially with what? Well, I don't even know of that movie.
Really?
I probably do, but it wasn't
I don't even remember
memorable.
what it's called, but yeah,
More like what?
yeah, it doesn't
Because
make
it's
sense.
like they always lost because the only time they ever got to sled was at the Olympics.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Dude, I don't know. Like that takes some bravery, truthfully, because it's like bobsleds go like hundreds of miles an hour, or at least 100, and it's like I've never done this before, but I'm gonna be on this team, and we're gonna go on an Olympic grade fucking track.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. Yeah, I think the normal speed for it is like in the 90s or like almost to 110, something like that. 'Cause I've watched
It's
it
like
one time, but I only watched a
three
couple of rounds, so I could be wrong though.
big like semi-tunnel looking tracks.
Yeah, where you like pick up on the wall and you're fucking
Yeah,
you're almost upside down.
and then that's why it reminds me of the Street Leagues like all the time. Like,
Street
did you ever
League.
watch those?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the lay down things, skateboards essentially.
I mean, I've seen people do it. I've just not. I Are you talking about the Olympics? Is that a thing?
Um, I don't. I remember seeing X Games probably where they had like bales of hay on turns and shit. People would like take them out when they wrecked.
We used Casey's old supervisor that she was friends with. Every 4th of July, he would have a party, and he has like a shit ton of land and like a big ass house like on all this property. Well, there's like this big ass fucking hill, and they always put like tarping and shit down it, whatever that plastic shit that slides is. What is it?
Yeah,
Do you know? All right.
slip and slide.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. But and then it'll have like a few inner tubes at the top. And you just fly down to grass. Well,
God.
he had it like moved over a little bit close to this pipe one time, and he fucking jumped on it and flew down and fucking wrapped himself around the fucking pipe, like
Huh.
halfway down the hill. And that hill is steep as shit. Like, I don't know how he didn't crack ribs. It's just like the funniest fucking shit.
So did I ever tell you about that cheese festival they do in like Britain? I think it is.
I think you were
There's
talking about
like
that.
there's like this horribly steep hill that like you'd never want to like climb down or run on or anything because it's just so fucking steep. And they roll like cheese wheels down the hill and they chase them. And people fall on this thing and just roll for like ever.
Well, we always have the running of the rednecks. People just get fucking trampled. No hills there. Well, there's hills, but I mean, it's just more about not getting trampled.
Just imagine running down like a fucking steep as shit hill, and then like you fall. You're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, this fucking sucks. Uh, I went to the bar last night and I got new followers and listeners for the podcast and a new co-host. Not a new co-host, but a new
What?
guest host.
What the fuck?
uh, they were pretty cool. Um, what is it? Oh, and then I was about to leave and I reached for my beer to finish it. And
Yeah.
Casey's friend Sage. Okay, it's a fucking pajama party night, so I have fucking sweatpants and a hoodie on and socks and those Nike slides me and you both have. I reach for my beer that is right by her, and I see her looking down at the ground. And as I grab my beer, she threw up straight down, and I jumped back like fucking Matrix shit. Jumped straight the fucking back. And it missed me. But the splash damage splashed all over my fucking socks and my toes.
You watch out for that AOE.
And that's exactly what I thought too. Whenever it happened, I was like, splash damage, no! And I just looked down and I was like, you puked on my fucking, and before I could even finish my sentence, just kept fucking going, just vomiting at the bar, all over the fucking ground.
Huh.
And then she went real pale and we thought she was going to die. So I was leaving. Casey's coming back to the bar. Jake ends up taking me home and her, Sage. Oh, yeah, we're going to carry her in. And I was like, where do I put her? There's someplace quiet. And I was like, well, I'm going to be playing Destiny, so I'm going to be yelling at people. So where are we going to put her? They're like, oh, the bed. I was like, okay. So we put her in the bed. Wyatt's already asleep in the bed. Lucy's asleep on the couch. He takes the babysitters home. I pull I pull a trash can up to the side of my bed. Didn't think about it. That thing only fucking lifts up whenever you push the lever on the fucking bottom. So I turn around and start
Well,
walking.
truthfully, if you like putting your head over the side, your arm's right there.
What do you mean?
Your arm's like right towards the bottom of the garbage can.
Well, when
So
somebody
you're
just
turning
straight
it
wakes
over
up,
out.
when somebody just straight wakes up to puke, which is what we were preparing for, I turn around. I'm like, hey, I know you can barely hear me, but you're gonna have to lift that lid whenever you do it, because you're either gonna have to rip that thing up or press the thing at the bottom. So just remember that.
Just leave her
Speak.
laying there on her back.
No, we rolled her over onto her side and she stayed like that. And then I came in like after every trials match, which is like 5 to 10 minutes long. And I was like, hey, and I swear it was like a trigger. Every time I opened up that fucking door, hey, hey, you can hear me? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, go back in. And I kept doing that like 4 or 5 times. So I leave her alone for like 2 hours. I open up the door. I'm like, hey. She's like, hey. I'm like, dude, just fucking go to sleep. Like, geez, I don't want to have to keep coming in here. So eventually,
Probably like waking her up every time.
that's fucking light sleeping right there. I did barely
Uh,
open the door. Like, geez.
what it, technically, whenever you're like really drunk, you're not actually able to sleep for some reason. Like you're technically just blacked out, so you just randomly wake up out of consciousness probably every time you said something.
Every time I get like really trashed and go to sleep, I swear to you, it doesn't matter if it was an hour before I fell asleep. I wake up at like 5, 6 in the fucking morning. If
Oh
I'm not drunk, I fucking wake up fucking like 9, 10, 11 on a weekend. I get really drunk on
yeah.
weeknights. I wake up at 4 o'clock, freak out, thinking I'm gonna be late for work, and I turn around and look at my clock. I'm like, ah, didn't read you right. It's fucking annoying. I've actually showed
That's
up
not
to work
good.
an hour early on accident before too. Oh yeah, I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. It's
I'm
fucking
making up for all the times I'm late.
middle of the
Can't
fucking
bitch
winter.
now.
Middle of the fucking winter, dude. Show up, I'm like,
Send your boss like a
oh.
selfie at like 2 in the morning. It's like you cannot bitch at me anymore about being late.
I was late so much this year. You're I was late so much this year. It counts a late notice counts as a third of an occurrence. You are only allowed 10 occurrences in a year. 7 of those are from being late. I was late 21 times.
Jesus.
And on top of it, I have like fucking 16 occurrences. So I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Eventually, because it kept on happening, that so many people were missing and shit all the time. He just came out one day and was like, "Look, if you guys are gonna fucking not come, you're just gonna make up the work." It's like, how? Oh, you're just gonna work 12s the following week. So I did that twice, and the second time I had to do it 2 weeks in a row. And I have not missed a day since. I do not want to go through that ever again. It's horrible.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
I mean, the paycheck's nice, but it's just making up for what I missed. It's not like I gain any extra money. People are like, "Oh, you'll just get that fat paycheck." I'm like, "No, it's
There's
it's just
24 hours in a day.
yeah, you'll get that fat paycheck." Yeah, but it's really not because if you think about it, I missed a day last week, so I lost. If you miss a day, like say you miss Friday, your overtime day, you are losing time and a half. So you're just
Yeah,
making up for the fucking day that you missed. You're not really making anything extra than what you would have. You're just making it up. So it's just like, yeah, this just sucks. That's all it is. So
it sounds pretty shitty.
yeah, a little bit. But I mean, at least it's better than getting fired. So
Yeah,
I
so
don't really like worry about it or anything. I'm just like, what? And nobody else fucking worries about it anymore. Like we have this dude on Beamline that I fuck with him so much because he's so fucking lazy. So I just sit there and fucking scream at him and go off on him all the fucking time. And the one day I really went off on him, he was like, "You wait, I'll fucking get you." As soon as he says that, like it's near the end of the day, we go home, come back on Monday. Somehow this motherfucker has COVID. Okay, fuck you. No,
gonna sneeze on you.
and not even just that. 4 other people had COVID. We were out 5 dudes this past week.
Jesus,
Yeah, on COVID alone.
terrible.
So it's been fun. But anyway, let's jump up in the meat of this game. Let's get up in
Meat
that
of it.
meat.
Meat. I need a pop and then grab my notes. So be entertaining for like a minute.
All right. Mike's a little bitch. Mike's a little bitch. Mike's a little bitch. Mike's a little bitch. Mike's a little bitch.
I hate
Mike's a
you.
little... uh,
Didn't even try.
yeah, I asked you if you were fucking ready.
I wasn't. I don't know how long it was gonna take you.
No. Uh,
Hope it took like 5 more minutes.
are you ready though?
Yes.
Okay. So we ended last time with the festival. We beat that shit.
Festival.
The Wild Hunt Festival or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we beat that warthog thing to death. So,
You didn't have to.
well,
You're a
I wanted to
monster.
win. I
You're a
wanted to.
monster.
Well, he was the monster. He challenged me. I just walked up to him.
He's trained to be a monster.
Oh yeah, that's what they all fucking say.
It literally was. Get a razor and everything.
Oh, that is true. That kind of is true. Uh,
Hey,
so we got to go to Bermesia. Our fox rat thing. What is she again? I forget.
who?
The rat people. Yeah. The
Yeah,
Freya chick, the dragoon character.
yeah.
All right. All right. Now we know what we're doing. We got to go to Bermesia and see what the fuck's going on. But first we got to go out into the world and go through Gazalumaguk's grotto. I don't know how the fuck to say that name. Did you ever figure out how to say that?
Uh, Gazamaluk.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I didn't even write it down.
Well,
um,
like, I was literally lost where I was with my notes. Then you said that. It was like the next page. I see this big, ugly looking word.
and we got to go through there to get to Bermesia. So we're on our trek. We're on our way there, and we stop at a
There's like
marsh.
dead guards in it and shit too.
Yeah, but we stop at a marsh first, and we
Did,
meet Quinna. And
oh, we did that before.
no,
It's right before I got there. Yeah.
oh, I didn't go there. I didn't go there
Mm.
first. I went there after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't go there first because remember you like wreck into the town of Lindblom.
It was yeah, and you're like looking out over through the telescope on the top of the castle.
Yeah, can you go to the?
Yeah.
Can you go down
Well,
there first?
you can just identify all the places like you're supposed to. And I went to it before I went to the grotto.
Okay, well let's cover the fucking marsh real quick then. uh,
Okay.
Quinna
Dude, as
is
soon as I got there, I noticed it's where all the tutorial fucking things take place.
yeah.
I was like, I want to know what's under those fucking bubbles. I thought this game was gonna let me fish. I was so fucking disappointed. You got to catch frogs though. That was
Yeah, you got to catch frogs, and you eventually run into Quinna, and she is a lick-a-tongue in disguise.
I thought she looked like it.
It lick-a-tongue,
Yeah,
close enough.
that from yeah, it's a combination.
And Vivi is confused because you meet what his grandpa not his grandpa, but you meet Quinna's caretaker or
Like
whatever
you
the
look
fuck.
just like my grandpa or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
he
like,
says that. But
I'm
what's the
not whoever
relation?
the traitor.
What's the relation between Quinna and that? Was that like teacher or something like that?
Um, I don't know.
I don't know. It said go out and you need to go out in the world, so we'll just say teacher. But yeah, Vivi's like, you look like my
It just says it.
grandpa,
Yeah,
and
he's his master or whatever.
he's fucking. He's like, oh, what was his name? And he tells him, and they starts acting sus as fuck. It's
Yeah.
just like,
I know not that bigot.
yeah, you don't know, but you call him a bigot.
That's what he's. Yeah, so you gotta have to know.
Exactly. And you can keep trying to ask him, and won't tell you. Won't. Did you go back and catch frogs though?
Yeah,
Yeah, and you get like items every time you catch so many frogs.
yeah. I
So
was trying to catch all the frogs. I
yeah, I
kept trying.
tried to. I did it the first time I played this game. I could not do it this time. So
It wasn't very hard. So
well, I had
they
limited
get
time at
stuck
lunch.
in the water. Yeah,
Yeah, and
they
yeah,
they
exactly. That's what had happened to me. They wouldn't fucking move. Like some of them just didn't move.
have to like run around and try to get them to move.
And
Work for me eventually.
you can go learn tutorials from whatever those two Moogles are.
More tutorials.
So we're not gonna go do that. Well, whatever. Read the tutorials.
Ogster.
Yeah, Mogster and who? Who's the other one? Big Bro?
Uh, well,
Little
that
Bro?
he calls Mogster that,
Oh,
so I don't
okay.
know what to say.
How are you doing on your Moogle mail? Have you
I
been?
haven't done it at all.
Oh, really? I try every time I see a Moogle, I talk to him and I'm trying to like, and I exchange mail every fucking time. So I mean, I'm getting somewhere. I don't know what it leads to, but I didn't do it last time, so I'm doing it this time. But it's just a
I
bunch
did
of random
that
shit.
in Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, okay. Um, and then you leave there and you go to the grotto to the northeast of the marsh. Go this little
Was
thing.
it you can there's axolotls, which is a real animal that you can like in real life can lose like all of its limbs and they'll grow back. It's like a gecko looking thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
And if
seen that on
you
the Discovery Channel.
like it is it the what's his name?
Who?
Clown looking motherfucker.
Oh, Zorn and
He
Thorn.
he's a blue mage that eats people.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, Quina.
yeah.
Quina. Okay. You said clown, and I immediately think Zorn and Thorn.
Oh yeah. Well they're jesters. Different.
Not really.
Uh-huh. Jesters aren't at circuses.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. You win this one. You win this one.
Axolotls, when you eat them, you get aqua breath, which
Nice.
is very useful.
I've
Scorpions give you mighty guard. A ladybug gives you pumpkin head, which is a very strange move.
Yeah, I haven't eaten anybody with. I hardly ever use her, so every time I played this
Blue
game.
mages are so weird in Final Fantasy games.
Yes, and
Like
that
that
is
little
one of them.
wild kid from Six.
Yeah, and you could only get like you had to be on the Veld to get any kind of
Yeah.
ability. And there's even monsters or enemies that are like glitched out to where like you can get every fucking one in the game and you'll see like two spots or whatever that you could put an ability into, but it's bugged so you can't. It's weird. I forget what enemy it is though, but it's like a super hardcore attack. I forget what it's called though. I forget the enemy.
Um,
I think it's like a mech or something. I don't know. Some kind of mech. But anyway, back to this game. We roll up on the grotto, and why don't you talk about what's going on here? You probably went into some detail, I'm sure.
there's two dead guards. More talking about black mages. You get a bell for a door,
Yep.
which I don't know how that works. Usually doorbells just kind of call people to the door, but this time they open doors.
Don't you worry about it. This is Final Fantasy. We don't question these things. We
I
just...
just do.
It's not your right, brother. uh, yeah, you ring the doorbell, it shatters in your hand, and the door opens. And you just roll through there and see Zorn and Thorn talking some shit, and black mages try to fight you and kick
You're
their.
yelling kill.
Yeah,
They
that's all they
charge
do.
you.
Kill! I don't know why. Every time they say kill, I'm just like, I think in my head, kill! It's like, okay.
Mob. Mindless.
Yeah, you'll see like in one room you'll see a Mog that's trapped in some ice, and you use the Kupo nut that you got from Lindbaum, and he's like, yeah, or no, it's the bell. He's underneath the bell, and he's like, I can't get
Yeah.
out, and he smells a Kupo nut and fucking just hulks it off of him. He's like, hold up, I'm hungry.
Yeah. It's like there's they're married or whatever.
Yeah,
The husband stuck in a bell. They had a wedding, I guess, and the bell fell on him.
yeah.
Then yeah, you pull out the nut, and then
Um,
you go up that doorway, and then you get insta killed by dragons.
yeah, if you go through the doorway, every Final Fantasy apparently has a peninsula of power, quote unquote, because that's what it was referred to in Final Fantasy 1, I guess. But
The first ones I went to were the island closest to heaven, the island closest to hell, in Final Fantasy VIII. So that's what I always think of.
okay. But you talk to some Muggles, exchange some mail, and then you You run up the stairs, and then there's like dragons, and they're worth a shit ton of XP, and you can do a bunch of hard leveling. So uh, that's always fun, but you will die very easily.
Yeah.
So
Felt like I was getting some headway, but like they kill you pretty fast.
oh, I grinded up to like almost level 30.
What you don't? I'm only level like 10 at this point.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I went up there like hmm, I probably fought.
I think I stopped writing down levels too after this though.
I didn't even write. I don't know how many I did, but I definitely didn't do like more than 15 fights, and I got to like level 27, 29, and 30, I think, or some shit. And then I
I'm
came back down.
not even 30 where I am now. I think I'm not even 20.
Fucking up, you're gonna need that.
Nah,
Eh.
I got
Uh,
all the abilities and everything. I just don't, not really leveled.
yeah,
It was hard later on in this thing. I had the continue thing where if you die, it just continues you. That kind of fucked me up at some point in the game.
yeah, that's happened to me in like multiple different kinds of games where I'm just like, continue. Oh, I only have this to do this,
Yeah,
and this isn't gonna work out. So then you essentially soft lock yourself if you're not good enough.
yeah. You have to reload the last save.
Yeah. But you come back down and there's like this thing on the way out. You spin it, and then the Moogle runs up and he's like, "Here's this crystal bell," or some shit. Or do you just get the crystal bell out of the thing? I forget.
Oh, I think so.
But then you use that to unlock the door for the next cutscene, and Gizlamaluk or whatever his fucking name is launches out of the water, and you gotta fight his ass. I can't tell you how many times I got my ass beat the first time I played this game fighting that dude. Like I was stuck
I
here
don't
for a while.
remember having too much trouble.
I had like a lot of trouble because doesn't he do like some kind of attack where he just hurts everybody like real bad, or is it poison? I forget.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But this time I won. I fucking just did one try and got him down. So I was just dreading fighting that dude because I knew how hard it was the last time. But I didn't power level last time either. So I mean that makes sense. But anyway, you make it
Yeah,
out that bitch. Go on.
don't we go to the south gate before we fight that thing?
No, you go to well, you don't even have to go to Southgate, but I mean that's right after the grotto.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything written down about the boss, so I didn't even have trouble with it, I guess.
It's just real quick. um,
Oh yeah, so it gets killed by dragons, and then the other door turd falls out the wall, and you kill it.
what is it?
A turd falls out the wall.
What are you talking about?
The You're walking down the hallway with the water in it. There's just like a hole in the wall, and it falls out of that. And I just seen it as this big black thing, and it looked like the wall was taking a shit.
I probably didn't notice because I put it on 3 times speed. Anytime I'm walking somewhere, I'm just like, yeah, 3 times. Going fast as fuck.
He did something that like stopped trances.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I fucked him up, dude. Like I said, I power leveled, so.
Well, I
Um,
had D was using as his trance double magic thing. I think in between the spells he did something that stopped my trance.
trash.
Yeah.
You don't even like to fight fair. That's how shitty this boss is. But
Doesn't it look like a giant manta ray or something?
yes,
I don't remember.
it's like a snake body with like a manta ray top. It's
Okay.
like weird as fuck.
I think at that time I was still playing Undertale, and there's like this weird. I think it was a boss. I don't remember. It might only be a boss if you do like a genocide run, but it just like follows you around down this long hallway that has water on it. And it like randomly talks to you. It's just like so fucking annoying. It's like, leave me alone. That's exactly what it reminded me of.
But anyway.
I just killed it.
Tried not to tangent the walkthrough.
But we just had to do some editing.
Once you
So
get out, you go to Bermesia.
take her away, Mike. You're gonna tell me something.
So, well, before we get to Bermesia, there's a little scene, I guess you could say. It's not, you don't really do much except for interact with things, but it's not a cutscene. It's like a little outcropping around the south gate where people are preparing to go to work to fix it. Let's say you're just Steiner with the backpack on, and let's say you stop for a little bit, and after you like talk to everybody, you try to get them away from like this corner so you can go hide behind it and then pop it. Like, oh, it's horrible in here.
You're talking about where Steiner's roaming around and shit, right?
Yeah, he like hides the pickle bag, and there's like an anteater that won't fix the door. You have to like tell somebody, and they get mad at him. Then you have like there's a shop, and then you have a little flashback scene of what's her name?
Yeah, now see,
The
this is
Dragoon.
this is the part I was talking about. For me, it happened after Bermesia for some reason.
Oh, okay. I guess when
We
she
just
was
stopped the
little.
show to edit it because we don't know why the fuck this happened. But all right, whatever. Go on. We'll explain it. Go for it.
She was a child or whatever whenever he left.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much just said like tried to explain why she's so like distant of a character. And then we go to the
Backstory.
realm of rain.
Are you talking about like it gives you backstory?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where the fuck this is at even in my notes now at this point.
So that's the problem I always have because I write so much shit. It's like how whenever you see Japanese translated to English, and there's like this big gap for like there's all these letters for this little uncomplex thing, and then there's like 2 words for this fucking giant paragraph of shit.
Right, and that's how mine do it too. But I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. We're in Bermesia now, bitches.
Yeah.
we made
Getting cancer coins.
it. Yeah, you found a cancer coin, huh?
Yeah.
I did not find that coin.
I'm guessing it's by the I don't know. I guess I just found it, and then I found dead people everywhere. Then
Yeah.
Zorn and Thorn.
And you walk through, and the environment like crumbles around you, or you fuck with it to where you can make new pathways. And Zorn and Thorn pop out talking shit. I don't even remember what they say. Fucking
So
stupid.
the general will punish us. Left door, broken rail. You go right. It's pretty much just all these chests everywhere.
Yeah, and you got to find out which one's a mimic, and you can't. So careful opening them chests.
So I ended up fighting was a mimic chest in the first room. So then I got a protection bell.
Yeah, I fought 2 or 3 of them, like the whole time I was in there.
Well, I fought a lot more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I got every chest.
That's what I thought.
I even did like the thing where you make the one fall and it completes the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many there were. Every chest I saw and looked around for, I opened it, and I think I fought like 2 or 3 mimics.
Yeah.
Eventually,
You save Kale. Then there's another mimic after him.
I don't even fucking remember, dude. I played this.
He's the knight dude that challenges what's her name?
Beatrix?
Beatrix.
Okay. And eventually you can go into the actual, like, what is it, the castle, quote unquote? Like, where the king should be, because you're looking for the king.
Yeah.
And, I think it's Freya's love interest, tells you to get the fuck out, like he's trying to get people out of there and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'll stay behind. And, the king may have possibly...
Fratly, he left to find allies or whatever.
Okay. Which one is her love interest? Is it Fratley?
Yeah.
Okay, so that dude tells you that her love interest fucking ran and is trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with the king and
Oh,
protect him.
okay, yeah.
I think that's what's going on. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, the king ran to Clara, the queen's involved, and you get a cut scene where the queen and Kuja, and a guy shows up named Kuja. He looks like,
Mysterious man.
yeah, mysterious tall man. He looks strangely like
Tall.
Zidane. Yeah, they call him like tall for some reason.
He's not tall. He's like shorter than everybody.
He's just like, yeah, he's just a normal person. I know later on for a fact Garnett calls him that tall mysterious man or some shit.
He's the one who made the black mages.
Yeah, using the mist. He's like, yeah, you did a good job helping me with all them mages. That's what the queen says to him. And he's like, no problem, I got you, boo. And yeah. But then you gotta fight the swordsman lady, Beatrix. And you fight her, and then she just...
Kuja also informs her about the other rat people who live in the sandy treehouse.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You fight Beatrix, and when you beat her, quote unquote, she just wipes your team,
Yeah.
and you guys are on the
Beatrix
ground.
beats us and Kuja looms over us.
Yes.
Saying the boy could be a problem. The boy could be a problem. And he takes his hip huggers, jumps on his dragon, and flies away.
When he's like over top of you, the first thing I thought of was that Simpsons meme where he's just pointing down. He's just like pathetic. Steiner and Dagger run into Tantalus in this next cutscene after this. And
Tantalus.
well, the group Tantalus.
Oh.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And what are they, don't they hang out with Marcus, and Steiner's being a fucking bitch like he always is. Like, Princess, you would not condone this behavior.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what? We've already been through hell. What the fuck? Do you think this shit matters?
Like, especially when he's like yelling at him.
Yeah.
So we also had that conversation with the guards about the pickles.
Yeah, they had the conversation with them about the pickles, and they ride an elevator. Didn't they ride like basically a ski lift, some shit looking thing too?
I think there's just like a bunch of stairs and then a door. And then
Okay.
you get a ski lift after.
Yeah, and you end up in the Dark City Trino. And
Oh, you have to climb the top of a mountain. Sorry.
is that what it was?
Yeah.
A bunch of dumb shit happens that we don't even need to talk about.
There's like a card fight that you can't have until after you do this other shit.
What with that lady?
Yeah. There's a cable cart enthusiast who, whenever you ask him about cable carts, he just tells you, hey, they're right over there. Then when you don't want to hear about the history, he tells you all of the history.
Yeah, and
That
oh,
pissed me off.
when they run into Tantalus, Steiner's still being a fucking bitch about it. And he's just fighting with everybody, and everybody just turns and looks at him, just like, wow, he just won't change, will he? He just won't fucking stop.
Well, the Cinna is there. I thought he was Sid for like a while for some reason.
Oh.
So we get on the elevator things or whatever. And I think Marcus is not talking to us at that point because he thought that we ditched Norb or
Zidane.
Zidane. Yeah,
What'd you name Zidane again? So at least people know.
Norb.
Yep. Okay, there you go. I knew that was going to happen again, so I was like, everybody probably forgot those nicknames. So
After the Angry Beavers, Garnet and Zidane are Norb and Daggett.
perfect. um, and they're like, "Oh, we're about to get to Trano," and when they get there, uh, Steiner's like, "Fuck, the shit's whack," and just keeps on bitching, and then Dagger takes off, and then Marcus takes off. He's like, "Oh fuck, where'd they all go?" And then he has to find the princess. So you roam around as Steiner, and there is a shit ton of items all over this fucking city, like hidden items and shit.
So you forgot we were on the goofiest looking train in the world.
What? Oh yeah, yeah. Whenever that train stops, there's a fucking. Isn't that where that black mage pops out?
Yeah, he stops the
Yeah,
train.
yeah.
But did you get a load of that fucking front of that train?
No.
Trains are supposed to have like wedges on the bottom to push animals and shit out of the way,
Okay.
and ships have like giant things to be ornate and cool looking. And for some reason, the train, instead of having like an actual functional thing, it has a giant fucking unicorn on the fucking front of it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing with this? It's just a giant fucking, basically a horn out of the train of a unicorn. It's like, are you just gonna ram shit with this? What the fuck's going on?
Well,
Is
they're
it
making a spit.
aerodynamic?
They're just making a spit. Anything in the way becomes a part of the spit. We barbecue it later for food.
Just impaled by this fucking unicorn. It's like, yeah, that's better. Instead of pushing the animal out of the way, it's split in half in front of us. Bloody fucking train. Like, people get out of it. There's fucking eyeballs and shit hanging on it.
Well, we're there. Safe and sound.
And the engine's hot, so they're all cooked.
Yeah, we'll eat. Be all right. Uh, yeah, but that black mage pops out, the third one that crashed before you got like on your way into Lindbaum, and he's just like murder, kill, capture, princess, and you guys just fuck him up and finally kill him.
She tries to talk to him.
Yeah, doesn't
Mark
really.
does. It doesn't work.
Yeah, but then he
And
just
at this
goes,
point, I realize that Marcus is the goblin.
Marcus. Oh yeah, he does look fucking retarded, doesn't he?
And he has pointy ears and he has spiked teeth.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like the some of how the old sprites would look for goblins and shit.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. He kind of reminds me of
See, dude, what is up with this world? There's monkey people. There's fucking
Oh, you'll find out
hippos.
about that. But reminds me of the goblins from Oblivion.
Oh
Like
yeah,
if you remember their faces,
not
looks
really
kind of
for
like
some.
that.
Oh,
Kind of
okay,
like that, just not as grotesque.
yeah.
And also that's probably because they didn't have the graphics to do that anyway. So,
Well, and they kind of look like chimpanzees or something with like bigger teeth.
yeah.
They
Yeah, I
even
see
make the
it.
noises like chimpanzees. They're like, "Rah, rah."
Yeah, I fucking hate exploring caves and shit in Oblivion. Just like I don't know where I'm going. I'm poisoned. I'm going to die in here. And then
There's
like,
the goblin. Each goblin cave was like a tribe of goblins, and if you stole their totem, you could like put them in different places, and they would like go all over the map to get their totem back. So you could like put it in the city, just have a bunch of goblins run into the city and fight the guards and shit.
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know you could take totems.
yeah. They're just little. There's a shaman staff. So as long as you don't kill the shaman, then the tribe will continue to go after the totem.
Okay, weird Oblivion tangent.
It's
um,
a little off quest where you like help somebody build a settlement. It's the only way you can find out about it,
oh,
like in game.
all right.
Yeah,
Anyway, you fucking go down this little trail and you go into Trino, and like I said, everybody fucking just ditches Steiner, and you play as Steiner and you roam around. Now, there's a bunch of shit in Trino. I'm gonna give you some information, Mike.
God.
Um, this is all part of like a big mission. Um, there's the auction house. There's 4 items in there. I'm not gonna tell you what they are, but there's also like nobles walking around the town. If you get these 4 items and trade them, well, sell them to these nobles and shit from the auction house, you
Yeah.
can get it's part of a quest. It's like a secret quest uh for the Excalibur sword for Steiner, and it's like the second most powerful sword in the game. But it's more like end gamey.
Yeah.
So you can do it if you have the cash, but I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't
Oh, so you
advise.
can go back here.
Oh yeah, you get an airship. You get an airship in every game.
Yeah.
Every Final Fantasy game, you always get an airship. So yeah. Um, but also you'll find that the coins. Oh, what the fuck is it called? The Zodiac coin lady. I forget what it's
Yeah.
the exact name. Did you find her?
Yeah.
Okay, if you
I
get
gave her the one coin. I'm thinking like after I was supposed to,
no, no,
so
you
I
can do it
didn't
at
get
any
the
time. You're
blood
fine.
sword.
Yeah, you can do it at
I
any time.
I think I gave her the coin, but I didn't get the blood sword because you get it from the fountain, right?
I'm not sure about the blood sword. I never tried to get it.
Oh, okay.
I think I heard about it, but I don't think I ever like got it or anything. But that Zodiac lady, if you get all the coins and give them to her, she'll give you an item called the Hammer, and it changes the ending of the game.
Oh.
Yeah, but you have to have the hammer.
In
So
what way does it change the ending of the game?
it changes like a cutscene or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Doesn't change like the context or anything.
I don't think so.
Just add something or
I've
something.
never even seen it. I just know that's how you do it.
Oh. Why didn't you see it, bitch? Disappointing. Supposed to be the expert on this game.
Because I'm not going to watch it if I haven't done it yet. I want to do it myself.
That's what I mean. Why haven't you done it?
Because I grinded 5 hours of Chocobo hot and cold last time I did this. I wasn't doing no extra shit.
5 hours.
5 hours. I
Did
know
you
for a
do all the
fact.
shit in 7?
I did everything in 7 except for I missed Alexander on the snowy place where you can get Alexander the summon or whatever.
Yeah.
And I did not do any of the Chocobo breeding because I read up on it because I was like, I heard damn Chocobo talk about it, and they were like, yeah, it's a long and lengthy and annoying ass process, and I was like, nope, not doing that, not doing it, because it's all like based on random if you get a certain color Chocobo apparently, and then you have to race them and do all this shit, and I was like, nah,
You have to
no,
do that to get the Knights of the Round or whatever, right?
yep, did not do that. I only mastered like one or two of the types of materia too, though.
Mm.
It just seems like something you do if you're bored and just love the fucking game so much you just want to constantly play it and 100% it. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. I love the game, but I'm not trying to do all that.
Um, but yeah, you can get that hammer and it'll change everything. Did you do the card tournament?
Yeah, I did. Found it.
Did you win?
So there's a shit ton of ATEs here. I beat like one person.
Did it keep kicking you out and making you try to do it again?
No.
Okay, well, I would win every time, but the tournament didn't start. But the last time I played it, I did the tournament and got that reflect ring.
Uh,
So I don't
I
know
don't
what
know
the
if I
hell's
got
going on. But it's supposed to be the big prize. If you talk to like a random NPC, he'll tell you about it. So I don't know why it was doing that. It's like start the tournament, you play one round, and then they're like, okay, and then you go back in, you do it again. And I just kept doing it, and nothing happened.
so
So
I got lost here. So like I
yeah,
didn't
it's a
write
big
too much
circle.
down.
It's a big fucking circle with little paths going off to the side of it. It's stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like realize that for a while because there's like all those ATEs in the beginning of it.
Yeah, that's another note I have down. Plenty ATEs.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about them if you haven't written them down? Because I didn't even write them down.
Dag, her name's Dag because that's her secret name or whatever.
Yeah, dagger.
Um, yeah, that's why I just shortened it to Dag. I was like, oh shit, she has black hair, and the other main character has blonde hair. Like this is just like the Angry Beaver.
um,
Is that
as
she gets pickpocketed, and then
Oh yeah, I remember that. You like lose like 1,000 gold or something.
yeah, I randomly found like 2,000 gold outside the auction house. So
I also found that. It's like right on the corner.
yeah. Is that she's getting around asking for the super soft because Marcus is on a mission to save Blank from the petrified evil forest.
Yeah.
And he like asks this old guy, and he's like, "My wife, she died 3 years ago."
I remember that.
Then yeah, is that then you see Kuja at the fucking auction house. It, like I don't, he like looks so goofy to me
Whoa, Kuja.
for some reason. Yeah.
He doesn't even look like himself in the cutscenes either, because he like in the cutscenes his feathers are like I didn't know he had feathers until I saw him in the cutscene.
It looks like hair.
Yeah.
Just looks like his anime hair.
Yeah, very anime looking dude.
And he has like fucking hip hugger jeans on. It looks weird.
We don't talk about it. Shh, this is Final Fantasy. We just accept it.
It's like this like an artsy, like real skinny, malnourished looking dude. It just has like a midriff and fucking pants that are like right below his hips. Like that's what I imagine this guy as. Feathers in his hair.
Yeah, and at what point do you switch over to playing as Dagger? I forget.
You randomly switch to the through the ATEs.
Oh, okay, is that what it is? Did you meet?
Yeah,
Did you talk to the drunk dude?
yeah.
He's like, I used all these nobles have all this money, and I'm out here living on the streets. And he's drunk as shit. And he's like, "Yep, life sucks." If you talk to him as Steiner, I think you get some extra dialogue where he's like, "Jeez, this place is horrible."
Oh yeah, you meet up with Steiner at the auction house, I think, and he's
Okay.
like, "Let's go" or whatever. And I like had no idea what to do, so I left the town.
Okay.
And Marcus like is like, "Where the hell are you going?" He like runs after you, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So when I got back into town, he went off in the direction. I just went after him.
Did you find Taurus in the town by any chance?
What's that?
The coin, Taurus,
I don't think so. I
uh,
might have.
Taurus, whatever the fuck. Uh,
Yeah.
it's like if you run after Dagger at the beginning, you'll see like an area that looks like it has like a tent in the middle of it. It's one of those secret search items like right next to it. That's there.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it like invisible or?
Yeah, it's like the invisible items you find.
I get you.
Um, and eventually you meet up with Marcus in this little house, and
You got to go meet the boss, who is Baku, obviously.
Yeah.
So, to steal a super soft. And Steiner's still being a fucking cunt.
Yeah, and then Kuja and the auctioneer are talking.
Yeah, not all the same cutscene, but yes. They're
Yeah,
like talking
like
about being sus.
So we leave on a boat, and it's like interspliced.
Oh, yeah. Because they're like all thinking to themselves like random ass shit.
Yeah. Like, think Dag's blaming Zidane for, was it treating her like a kid or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
just
you
like...
rationalize this.
I like how, like, the next couple areas, Steiner's just tried to rationalize, like, I hate that Zidane dude, but he did save the princess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But fuck that dude. It just essentially does that for, like, multiple towns. Eventually on the boat trip down, you meet Dr. Tot, who taught the princess everything she knows, apparently, and,
You're breaking into the shop.
yeah, and the owner
He
hears you.
catches you instead of the owner. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys run away, and Tot's just like, yeah, man, no, everything's cool. He's like, well, why didn't you tell me, bro? Can't just come in here.
He's a cardinal, which is badass.
What is it?
I think he's a cardinal. He's all red. Has like the crown thing on the back of his head.
The Plague Doctor mask, too.
Yeah. What other kind of mask is it?
I don't know.
Bird's supposed to wear.
I don't know.
I found a friendly ghost. Gave him some more, and then he left.
What happened?
So whenever you go out the gate, you go to Dolly, I think. Are you supposed to go to Dolly, or is it the other place?
No, there's like a whole thing, like where you go underground and shit, and you gotta ride that. There's like a secret passage thing, and Dr. Tot's just like, yo, I had them keep this shit preserved. We don't use it, but it's there, and you gotta flip those switches, and then that bug with the basket on it shows up.
Yeah.
And you jump in there and try to ride it out to back to Alexandria. So
yeah, I think it was whenever I left the town, I went back to, because there's like a path or whatever.
This is why you get your shit all fucked up. Quit leaving town, damn it!
I was like super lost. So, and because I thought we were supposed to go the other way, because I got stuck, and I went back to Dolly, and the ice cave is melting. You can't go in it.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Remember the ice cave where you fought the second, like, Black Waltz dude?
Dude, where the fuck did you go? I know where you're talking about, but Jesus, that's far as fuck away.
There's a gate that's south of the town that you can go through, I think. It's like there's the path that you went, or I think the path that you're supposed to go, and then the other way. And I thought it meant to go the other way, so I went back and went the other way. There's a friendly ghost outside of the gate that I gave ore to.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened?
He's one of those friendly monsters that I found before.
Yeah.
It has like the special music.
Yeah,
I found the ghost one. And then I went back to do so you have like a flashback whenever you and what's his name are talking.
Who? Tot?
Tot. Yeah.
Oh, Tot and Dagger. Okay, yeah, now we're back on the right track.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a flashback.
I have a little ADD moment.
Jeez. You just fucking went all the way back to the beginning of the game almost. What are you doing?
And wanted to make sure I got all the friendly monsters, so I like randomly go out and look around.
There's ones on different continents, like they just randomly appear. And they
Yeah,
always ask you for like, give me emerald, give me this, give me
yeah.
that.
I think I have all of them so far.
I think some of them cheese you, like you give it to them and they just like give you nothing. Like they fake you out kind of on it or some shit.
There's some that you're supposed to give like multiples to.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then after a while, I think they give you like a special item that you have to give. And it's more like a Legend of Zelda trade thing.
Yeah, eventually it turns into like something bigger. I forget what you get for doing the entire thing, but uh, I also think you can get like gemstones early because gemstones are how you get daggers to learn how to summon. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like how you do with your abilities on your weapons. That's what
Yeah.
you do with gemstones with her.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, listen. I played through all of the game until like the last 25%, wondering how in the fuck do I summon shit? Because this game's getting really hard and I don't know what to do. And then I look it up and it's just like, oh, you know all those gemstones you got? Put them right here on her. And then battle. I was like, what? What the fuck? So that's why I couldn't do anything the entire time. But anyway, we're riding this fucking bug thing.
The
And
kangaroo.
yeah, the kangaroo, and he's eating. If you turn this motherfucker on 3 times speed, he eats like Goku. Whenever Dr. Tot pulls the food down for him to stop
Yeah.
for you, he eats. It's legit a scene from like Dragon Ball, like old school Goku eating fast as fuck. Like it's hilarious looking.
It just has that um, feeding thing that tips over to its face.
Yeah, and it's just like moving real fast, just scarfing it down. It's like, dude, that thing's gone right now.
I can see that.
There's nothing left in there.
It's just weird. Like Tot's just fucking around while this fucking thing's eating. He's
Yeah,
like, as soon as it's done eating, it's gonna take off. It's like, okay, why are we waiting here? Like, let's move.
it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not going with you either. It's like,
That's
oh,
fine.
okay, cool. So you get on the bug zip line train thing, and
Argue.
yes, the Garget, and he's
Reminds me of what, Toy Soldiers? Or
uh,
the Garants or something?
okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. And you're riding it, and then ooh, it's a snake.
Scare worm dude.
Yeah, the scare worm dude like freaks it the fuck out, and it's like backing up and shit. Then you jump out of the basket. And did you have problems with this thing?
The big tapeworm boss.
Yes.
No, I don't think so. I just
This was
beat it up
another
and it ran
thing I
away.
got stuck on. This is another thing I got stuck on last time I played, because of
Oh yeah.
that fucking poison it does.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
poison
have
things in
like a
these games.
shit ton of antidotes.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I was really underleveled again last time, so I just did not do a good job, and eventually I just powered through it.
I'm
But
like level 10 at this point.
yeah, no, I always have a really big problem with in Final Fantasy games with an enemy that focuses on fucking just constantly poisoning your whole team.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, now I gotta antidote everybody, and then by the time I antidote everybody, it fucking does it again. It's like the
No, I got pretty
Unalesca
good
thing.
at doing it.
It's like
So I have
Unalesca.
like a shit ton of potions and shit all the time.
Yeah, I usually just use like magic. I hardly ever use items, but like it reminds me of Unalesca where you unzombie people, you just zombie them right back. Doesn't matter. Just like you're just gonna have to power through this, and that's what happens whenever
They do status shit to me in these games. I hate that.
So don't bad statuses help you when you're zombied?
I don't think so. Well, I was just talking about Unalesca. She just zombies you and then like lifes you or some shit and you die.
So I mean, if you're zombied and zombie just like flips the like
Oh, I know what
status
you're talking about.
effects,
Yeah, because
yeah,
like
you can
status
just
effects don't.
poison your whole team.
Yeah, but well, Unalesca just zombies you and then like does full life on you. Or if not, she'll just. Or no, she doesn't do that. If you don't end up zombied and you heal yourself from zombie, she'll do that mega death thing that can just wipe your whole team.
Uh,
Yeah. Now I remember that. I can't wait for 10. Oh man. It's gonna be horrible to go back to that
Let me
place.
just have like no problems with it again. Then
Have
I
you
can
ever
finally at least tell you.
have you ever like not had a problem with Unalesca? Because that's like a big problem for a lot of
I
people.
don't think I've ever had a problem with it.
I was stuck on that part, like I told you a long time ago, for like a year. I put the game down and tried it at least once a day and could not beat this fucking bitch. And I just like left the game alone for a while, came back and somehow just like dedicated myself to beating her that day. I was so fucking happy when I beat her.
Well, I didn't have much. I don't think I've had as much trouble with her as any other boss.
Oh, I always have trouble with that fucking piece of shit. Last time I played it, it didn't take that long. Like it took me probably like 5 tries, but like it wasn't like it was before. So, but I also didn't understand how the game worked before either. Whenever I was younger, I was like, "What's this
That does
zombie
not.
shit? This zombie shit must be bad. I should heal myself. Heal myself. Oh, I killed myself. Oh, I hit the wrong fucking item on the wrong person. I used a max fucking potion on a dude that's zombied. Dead. Oh, well, fuck myself."
'Cause I think in Final Fantasy IV there's a zombie effect.
I,
So
I think it's in all of them except for like 1 and 2, maybe. I don't know. Well, 2
is
is
it
4,
this one?
so. Huh?
I said, is it in this one?
I don't know. I forget.
So I don't remember zombie. Well, it didn't only you and Alaska have zombie.
I think those like zombie guards could do shit to you too. Like shoot you and you could turn zombie, you had a chance at it.
Uh,
Yeah. But oh, and she would cast Regan on your whole team too after she zombified you guys.
yeah.
That was
What
another
if
shitty
what if
part.
you had like a ribbon at that point?
I don't think you can get ribbons in that game, can you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
So
I
you
like never
find
use ribbons. I never use ribbons in these games.
the
Except for
secret
12.
boss thing where what's his name is a Vega weapon.
Yeah.
He you can farm items there that have ribbon effect on them.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that next time. That's cool. But anyway, we're not talking about you in Alaska. We're talking. Well, she shoots out tapeworms at you, but we're talking about this tapeworm boss. He will
Yeah.
poison the fuck out of you and hit you really hard. So be prepared for that. But overall, pretty easy. Maybe not if it's your
Spam
first time, but
potion
yeah, you could do that.
and attack with your attack people.
Yeah, attack with your attack people. uh, After going there, well, yeah, you jump on the bed, you fight the boss, and then Zorn and Thorn trap you once you get to Alexandria.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
fun.
Marcus and
Steiner arguing.
Stein are arguing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell it's a trap just by looking at it. Like looking
Oh
at the
yeah.
area, you're just like, oh, what do we do? I don't know. I don't feel right about this. It's like, oh, okay, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, I get what you're saying in all your movies. Like, this is exactly what this is.
Dude,
Every
we were
fucking
talking
movie.
about Oblivion. This is like definitely an Oblivion trap.
Yeah, with the fuck, yeah. Yeah, Zorn and
Maybe
Thorn show
Skyrim.
up. Yeah, yeah, I'd say
It
more
did have
Oblivion.
those swinging walls in Skyrim.
Yeah, it's true. Um, but yeah, they're arguing and shit. bitching back and forth about what they're doing and why they're doing it, and then Zorn and Thorn pop up and like two gates shoot up around you, and they're like, "Oh, you motherfuckers fell for our trap." And then Steiner's like, "Marcus, this is your fault. It's all your fucking fault." It's like,
And
what
Marcus
the
says
fuck?
the thing that I was fucking thinking. Because the first gate goes up, and then the second gate doesn't go up until Marcus is yelling at, or Steiner's yelling at Marcus. And then the gate goes up, and it's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think that he yells back at him or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you also got the super soft from Dr. Top before you went down there and shit.
Yeah.
Uh, but
Or
yeah,
like, take it, Marcus.
yeah.
He's like, okay.
Like, how dare you not even say thank you? I'm just like, dude, he just opened it, you fucking bastard. Give him a chance. Uh, but that all happens. They trap you, and then you switch back to playing as Zidane.
Yeah.
And you're in Bermesia, and you guys are like, all right, let's go to Clara. And you get there, and there's a massive sandstorm, and for some reason, you guys can just walk right in.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
It's like this is a really good defense. It's like we just walk like through this sandy area.
how'd you feel about the tree trunk? Because the tree trunk, before you get to Clara, it's a giant tree. It's a big old sand tree. And at the top, Clara's up there. And you got to start at the bottom and walk your way up.
I always kind of like things like this where there's just little um, side items to get where you see them, and then there's like some little puzzle thing you do, and then you have to remember you see the chest and go back to it.
Yep, bunch of sand puzzles. You like change the height of the sand or the whatever. You know, like the sand will come up in certain areas more and help you out get to your shit.
Yeah. Like sand releases down by you moving roots and doors and whatnot.
Yeah, and you do all that shit. Did you find anything interesting there? I found a bunch of cool ass like equipment items.
Anything that I noted. So I noted you fight like these thick sand boys.
I was fucking taking a drink, fucker. Yeah, you fight sand boys. This is where the guards randomly pop up and attack you, right? That's what you're talking about? Or you
The
talk about the
sand golem,
sandy boys?
the sand golems,
Yeah, where you?
little red thing in their chest. I was
Mm.
trying to steal it the whole time. Didn't work.
Yeah, and if you go
I
into
think,
like the little sand whirlpools, like aren't they scorpions? They attack you or some shit.
yeah, I think so. My fucking controller has that is like fucked up the analog stick, so it always drifts upward. I had such a fucking problem with that.
Yeah, I like how you had to like land in a sand pit to land in a certain area to get that chest.
Yeah. Well, you had to you didn't technically have to go in the sand pit
It's very hard
because
not
when you
to.
get into it, you start spinning around and you have to press X a bunch. And like what I would do is I press it really fast and like you physically lift up out of the pit. And whenever like your foot is about to pop out, you just kind of wait. And then he'll continue spinning around in a circle. And like you just tap that to keep you up to there. And whenever you're where you want to be, just fucking tap it as fast as you can. And then you'll pop out and go where you want to go.
Yeah, now on 3 times speed, it is impossible to get out of the sand pit.
Oh, probably.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that fucking sucked. So I had to do it the go in, battle, end up somewhere else, and then edge myself along the side of the fucking sand pit. Like just slamming myself against the wall, fucking walking. Yes, Mike, I said edge myself. That was the joke.
Every time I think of sinking in sand, I think of like Metroid, Mario, what 64, and Mario 3.
Yeah, it's fucking.
I'm just kind of used to it.
Uh,
Fucking Anakin Skywalker would hate this place.
fucked up. Up at the top, you can take a tour, or not take a tour. Did you take a tour up
Yeah,
in Clara?
I met with the sand dolphins, and
Oh my God. I
so
don't know how
that
you thought they
phase
were fucking dolphins.
because their ears go back into a point, and whenever you only see their profile when you first see them, so it looks like a dorsal fin. And they're gray. So I was like, oh, dude, that reminds me of my favorite game we forgot to talk about when we played Star Fox. Whenever you were like, hey, let's play Star Fox. And then you come in like half hour later to play Echo the Dolphin.
I'm just curious, and this is nothing against you, but are you colorblind?
Why?
Because they're blue.
They're blue?
Yeah, they're not gray. Like very
I
clearly
think,
blue. Like
I
dark blue.
think they're gray. Because they're all different colors, aren't they?
I think they're all blue except for like no, because the oracles are gray. You're right. But most of them are blue. That's why I was like super confused. I was like, why does he think these are fucking dolphins? The fuck is he talking about? And like
Forest.
the queen constantly calls them rodents.
Uh,
And what's the other word for rats that people use?
uh,
Not pests, but starts with a V. Vermin. Calls them
yeah.
vermin. Yeah. So I'm just sitting there the whole time like dolphins? Because you told whenever we talked on the phone and you said that, I was like super fucking confused.
Forest Oracle Kildi and Sand Oracle Sati or whatever. They all end in EA.
um,
Then
there are
Rat talks to the king when we get on the tour.
yeah, and also there's a shit ton of hidden items around here. So before you go talking to anybody, go look around for secret items because there's a fuck ton of them.
I just wanted to fight the fucking sand lion. So I was like trying to get it to activate.
Right. Um. What is it? If you talk to the people in front of like the cathedral or whatever it is, they'll be like, "Yo, Freya's talking with the king or the queen or whatever the fuck."
King.
King, yeah, okay. And isn't that where you finally get the cutscenes of like Freya meeting up with what's his name, like her love interest, and he doesn't remember her at all?
Uh, that happens after the attack.
Oh, okay, okay. So I did have. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at my notes now. There's some ATEs of Vivi getting called a demon,
Yeah.
and Quinn is like chasing down some guards, and he's like, "You don't have any yummy yummies. What the fuck's wrong with you?" It's like, "Where's your yummies?" And he keeps on chasing after him and making him like freak out.
Was it one of the sand priests or whatever? Fucking, they're like super passive. They're what is it? They stop the people from chasing him because the one people are refugees from the other town.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
And
because everybody here is all like, is that there's the flower girls and then like people wearing robes.
yeah,
And
the
they,
oracles or whatever.
yeah,
And yeah, when you go to the palace and you talk to the guards, they'll tell you that Freya's like, wait in the inn, this could take a while. And then you go wait in the inn, and then the ant lion's freaking out, and he's causing havoc, so you got to go down to this pit where this ant lion is. And for some reason, you put this town right next to this ant lion den.
yeah,
So, yeah.
eating the child.
You got to go down there and whip his ass, and he has Puck, and Puck turns out to be the Prince of Bermesia. Remember Puck from the beginning of the game?
Yeah, I think so. The one
Yeah.
that like makes what's his name the slave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like for some reason everybody like likes Puck.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
But after you defeat the ant lion, who is very easy to beat, uh, Puck does not want to see his dad, who is the king.
Yeah.
Uh, and the king says he hasn't seen him in a long time and that he's grateful Freya and him have returned.
Yeah. There's was it before you fight the sand lion? Get
You have to
back
go
to it
back
real
up
quick.
there. Yeah.
There's a guard that like runs out from Rebecca or whatever. He's like, there's the sand lion's attacking a child, and like he tells one of the fucking guard dudes and or the dudes in the robes. He's like, they're mauling a kid, and he's like, this demands immediate action. I'll inform the high priest.
Yeah.
Then just walks off.
And that's another thing. Whenever you first run into the antlion, Puck's getting like tossed around and shit. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure he's fine. And he's like fucking hell I am. He's just getting swung around. Once again, in
Dude,
3 times speed, this game is so much more funny. He's just getting fucking flogged. It's fucking crazy.
So, did you ever see whenever people edit the Marvel movies, whenever they like how they fling people across the room, they like put blood splats like against the wall.
They do.
There's people that edit it to do that, and
Oh,
I think in one of the Wonder Woman movies, they actually do put blood splats, but like just the how they try to exaggerate it for comedic effect. And it's like in real life, the person's head would like exploded.
you're right. um, yeah, you go back up to the cathedral and his dad, Puck's dad's just like, yeah, I haven't seen him in like a long time. It's been like 3 years. Letting his child go off for 3 years, and he's grateful Freya has returned to him. And Freya and the rest of the people do the river dance.
That's exactly what I said.
and a
The
magical
rats do the river dance.
and the magical harps playing, and it's to strengthen the sandstorm, but the string snaps, and the sandstorm protecting Clara is no more.
Always remember to change your strings before your ancient ceremonies.
Always.
It's so embarrassing.
And you cut back to Steiner and Marcus trapped in the hanging cage. This one's always fun. And they're arguing, and Dagger is trying to figure out why her mom is acting weird. And Zord and Thorn just straight tell that bitch, you're coming with us.
Yeah, I'll mean to her. It's horrible.
Yeah. The Queen tells a story about what happened in Mermesia, and you can choose to believe it or not. And I chose not to.
I chose to believe it.
Did it? Okay, so what happened when you chose that? Because I've never chosen that.
That she's preemptively attacking the rat things. Essentially nothing different I think happens.
Yeah, because mine was just like,
Kuja just comes in and he's like creepy as fuck.
Yep, that happened here too. It doesn't change anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably
He
some
get knocked
dialogue.
out. Zorn and Thorn get ready to extract the Eidolons from Garnet.
Yep. And all of a sudden you cut right back to Zidane and Freya trying to figure out who's behind all this.
Yeah, this is kind of annoying.
Yeah, this whole entire
Ever since
section
that city, it's just been like cutting back and forth to people.
Yeah, and like you play as Freya for some reason for like a second.
Yeah.
And you meet up with Zidane and everybody at the beginning of the village, and Quinn is like, the sand is delicious. And everybody's like going back down the tree, and then a bunch of soldiers from Alexandria attack. And then you have to make your way back down, and then Puck shows up, and he's like, yo, the town's under attack. So you gotta go right back up.
And you fight the Thong Knights.
Yeah, the Fog Knights and Beatrix pops out of the side and she's like, they fell for it. Ha
They
ha
keep
ha.
running all the time. Every time I fought the Alexandria soldiers, they ran. Because I had Fire by then, so
Really?
I was like destroying people.
I was one-hitting everything. Just
Uh,
like, yeah. It's pretty entertaining.
I'm
Uh,
still like level 12 at this point.
at 3 times speed and you're one-hitting everything, the game is so much faster. That's like a thing with this game. It seems like the battle system is slower than 8, which doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. I think you're lying.
Uh,
You mean like the
The speed that the
whatever
battle
meter,
goes. No,
the
no,
battle
no.
gauge meter fills up faster or
Well, I guess,
slower or
yeah.
whatever?
I guess, because it just seems like everything in, like, whenever you're in battle mode in 8,
See that?
yeah, it seems a lot faster than 9. 9 seems like really slow.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But you got to run back up to Clara, and the black mages are killing everyone, and the soldiers show up as well. And you got to, like, save people and run them through the streets and choose which direction to go to.
You cannot pause the game and heal in between fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I got like fucked like very fast. And by the
Really?
time we got to fight Beatrix, which is much later on, I guess.
And,
Oh, it's after this little part. The
yeah,
say that.
yeah, after you get all the way up there, they're like, oh, is this all that survived? And I had, like, fucking everybody there. I don't know who I missed. Like, did you
Yeah.
get everybody? Do you know? Or
Yeah, I got everybody. Because I went back and did it wrong, and I think that you can continue, but it's just like is it you tell the first people to go right. If they go up, they get killed, and then it's like the group that comes down from the right stairs. You have to tell them to go left, and then I think it's right again. And you get ambushed at every corner until you get to the whatever fuck the high or the temple or whatever it is.
yeah, so I got ambushed. I got ambushed every time I made a move,
Yeah, me
but I
too.
won. So does that mean I got everybody, or
Yeah, if they died, it would have because I went and
does
did
it
it
show you
wrong.
them dying?
Yeah,
Okay, that did not happen to me. All right, cool. Well,
yeah.
because he
The
said,
people
"Oh, is this all
teleport in.
that's left?" So I thought I missed somebody.
Well, it's because the town was like a lot more full of people, and you have like seven.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, and then an anime thing happens. Very anime trope thing happens. Once you reach the cathedral, um, after you all reach the cathedral, you are surrounded, and then a stranger atop the cathedral shows up with
Yeah,
a spear and crushes the enemy.
mysterious man.
Yeah, fucking drops down out of the fucking sky. He's on top of a giant cathedral.
Yeah. So where the fuck do you come from? We're on top of a tree in the middle of a fucking giant sandstorm.
Right. Um, and then you go inside and you learn that Fratley was found by Puck on his journeys, and he does not remember anyone at all. And Beatrix, that includes Freya, so this disappoints her. And then
Yeah.
Beatrix
So I
shows up and
keep stopping down on one knee. Sorry.
yeah, and Beatrix shows up and steals the magic stone. It's like,
Yeah.
haha.
Dude, since this is a Japanese game, when I seen that fucking dolphin at sword point, I was like, dude, she's gonna kill her. There's no way around it. It's happening. And it did not happen.
Right.
What the fuck?
Um, and then here we go with this bullshit again. You run outside to fight her, so she, so she can just one shot your whole team again if you beat her, and then she withdraws through a black mage portal. And I did you notice this? Look,
Wait, dude, that's where I got soft locked because I only had it or the chef dude.
Mm-hmm.
I only had him with like 9 health because I couldn't save or heal throughout that entire thing. That's all I had, and I would fucking as soon as I would heal somebody, she'd like just do her basic attack and kill them.
uh,
But you might have noticed the same thing that I noticed. So go ahead.
well, yeah, that's so she escapes through a black mage portal. And then so does the rest of your team.
One by one, as they
What?
just walk up
Yes.
to us for some reason in a line.
They had to go to us to teleport. Throughout the entire fucking city, had to walk up in a line and fucking do this. And then Quinn is like, "Yeah, never mind. I don't like heights," and just fucking disappears.
Yeah,
Just runs away.
I don't understand that either. It was like, as I think since I've played so many of these games, I don't know, not just particular Final Fantasy games, but I knew as soon as he left, I was like, oh, that's when we can finally cut this bullshit with Garnet and everything being split up.
Right. Um, and then you get a cutscene of the Queen using the dark matter and the power of Garnet, and she's like, "Come, Odin." And you get a cool ass fucking FMV of Odin coming down from the sky and dropping his fucking lance onto Clara, and it just straight wipes it.
Yeah.
So that was cool as shit. I do love that.
She got told by Kuja that she could do this. I guess that was the Queen's whole thing. They still don't know why the hell she's like so evil and greedy and power mongery,
To be honest with you, I
and
totally
why
forget
she's
why.
blue and fat.
Yeah. Oh, I can
I want
tell
to
you
know
the
why she's
reason behind
blue and
that, but
fat.
I can't tell you why she's evil. I forget why she's evil. But anyway, we should
Tell me,
save that for
don't
another
spoil
episode
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
Now
I'm
you're on the.
wondering if it's what I think it is.
What do you think it is?
I think that she's an imposter.
I forget. I do forget. I was trying to think. I was like,
Oh,
maybe? I don't remember. Um, Now you're on the deck of the Queen's ship, and Beatrix is getting pissed at the Queen because all she wants to do is black mages and not like
yeah. Said
soldiers.
she
And
could have took the town.
right, and she gives the stone to the Queen, who says she will have Garnet executed when they get back to Alexandria, and tells
She fucking
Beatrix to find the last stone. I'm reading from my notes.
and the Queen fucking snatches the fucking jewel out of her hand too.
Yeah,
Say what
ignorant
the
cunt.
fuck? And dude, truthfully, like I don't. Same thing with how I knew the teams were merging soon. Just every time there's like a main female protagonist, that's yeah, or antagonist. They always like come over to the other side, like at the end of the game or
Yeah.
towards the middle or whatever.
I'm just
Um,
saying, bro. I don't think
Zora's
that
Wrath, they
queen.
did not.
I don't think that queen has hands.
She has
Like,
like they look like your hands or giant sausages.
no, 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 no. Like, Beatrix got hands and swords and shit, and this queen is just straight up disrespecting a bitch.
Yeah.
So she could have just stabbed her, been done with it. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
I don't know how well that would work.
I'm just saying. Well, if she can wipe all of us, why couldn't she wipe everybody else?
You know, so maybe the queen is like some like Godzilla-esque thing.
I don't know what you mean.
She's like she's like a Mechazord, you know. She's the or a Voltron.
Okay, sure. uh, Now we got to get back to Alexandria before the queen. And Phoebe's just like, yo, follow me. I have an idea. And it's just like, you know a lot more than you're leading on. I don't know. I don't know if I trust you now. And he leads you to some teleport pods, which are just like, don't they just look like giant vases?
Yeah, essentially.
Vases.
False.
And
There's a pink shirt Mog that like comes up when you going down the stairs. He like shakes his head and runs away. You can run back to him and save.
yeah, I did that. And you can do some mail shit. So,
Some mail. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was wondering why he had a pink shirt on.
I didn't notice that he had a pink shirt on, though. I did not notice
Yeah.
that. But I did see him
Usually.
at 3 times speed shoot across the screen, look at me, and shoot right back. I was like, hey, come back here.
Get Joey.
And then here we go again. We cut back to Marcus and Steiner. You have to swing the cage to smash it and escape.
Do you have trouble with this? I did at the beginning.
Same. I did both times I played this fucking game.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta do it
It's like,
perfect.
don't we just keep going from one side to the other? No, it's like sometimes when you're at like the apex of the swing, it makes you press, like if you're going right, it makes you press right again.
Yes.
So you like double push or whatever.
Yeah.
It's work either way.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like just throw your bodies against one side of the cage and then just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Once you fucking escape, this is one of the most annoying parts of the fucking game. Because if you're not going to know your way around this whole place perfectly. So, when you get out, you got to run to these ladders. And then you got guards chasing you, and they are faster than you. It does not matter. They are always faster than you, so they can easily catch up to you.
See, this reminded me of Final Fantasy VIII a lot. When you're stuck in that jail that's a giant drill in the desert.
Yeah, with the Moombas or whatever.
Yeah, and the fucking guards keep running at you from the top of the tower or whatever.
Yeah. And then you gotta, like, run all around fucking the castle. You gotta remember where to go or find where to go. And then you gotta go to the castle. And it's just a big fucking pain in the dick because...
They stop once you get to the ladders, though.
Yeah, no, there, yeah. But then when you're running around the castle grounds, before you even get into the castle, these motherfuckers, like, they're standing there, like, patrolling, like normal guards would be.
See, I only, I forgot, like, one part of it, and I only had to fight a few of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after Marcus closes the gate on them, I don't think I fought one of them before the stairs or whatever, and I think you automatically get hit by the next one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And, well, here's the thing. I just fucking shot all over the place, and here's what happens whenever you forget where you just were. If you come back to another section or area or whatever, the guards immediately respawn. So you have to fight them again and again and again. If you backtrack at all, you're fighting the same guards again.
See, I remember from the mini game thing in the beginning when you had to find all the knights. I like remembered how the layout was. So like all the guards were still like trying to like acknowledge that I was there, and I just like flew past them. So I was like, yeah, I remember exactly what to do. It's like I get out of this place, I know exactly where this place is. I go to the left. This is where the river thing is. Go up. Oh, this is that fucking annoying area where I kept having to find that guard that runs away from you once you're halfway. So I was like, I remember where to go. And then it's like, oh, left or whatever. That's where I started to get stuck. It was the only time I had to fight guards.
Right. And you fucking... What is it? You gotta get to the Queen's chambers.
Yeah.
And then you gotta hit this glowing stone thing, and you go down in there.
It's Garnet's room or whatever. The secret passage. I think.
Oh, is that what it is? It is Garnet's room?
Yeah,
I thought it
pretty
was the
sure.
Queen's chambers. I don't know.
'Cause that's the room she runs out of at the beginning when she's dressed like a white mage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you follow the stairs down there, and you keep going down through the secret passage, and then you find this weird dungeon place, and Zorn and Thorn show up and they challenge you. How much fun did you have with that fight?
Um. I think I just beat the shit out of um the red one.
Yeah, just focus on one is the trick to this fight.
Yeah. Thorn's also weak to blizzard, I think, or was it fire? He's weak to one of them and strong to the other.
Yeah, they're one of those elemental trade-off things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just focus on one and knock it out. The other one, fuck them. You can take them out right after that.
Do
So,
they remind you of the Noid from Domino's?
100 fucking percent. So the first time I saw these guys, I was like, Noid. That's what that is. That's a Noid. That's
Yeah,
fucking stealing right there. Come on.
I thought whenever we're gonna have this fight, they're gonna like get super powered by magic and be jacked.
I thought, see, the first time I ever fought them in this game, I thought, like, kind of what you're saying, but I thought one of them would power up the other one.
Oh yeah, like one would die and then be like, "Oh, we must combine our powers."
No, I thought, like, they were going to be like, I'm going to use this power up on you and use this power up on me, and then we were going to have a problem. Kind of
They
that
just
kind of thing.
buff each other.
Yeah, like buffs.
Yeah,
And
but they kind of did something.
a little bit, but I thought it was going to be, like, more extreme.
Yeah.
So, and once you whip their ass, you run up to Dagger. Steiner thinks she's fucking dead and freaking the fuck out in the corner. You know how he does. And Zidane picks her up, and then you go back up top in that little chamber thing. And for some fucking reason, he goes, I think we should let her rest here for a little bit. We're just not.
There's also an ATE where Marcus is in the woods.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where he saves Blank.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why would you? You just invaded a castle and saved the princess from the queen and everything she has. Like, oh, we're just gonna stop here and take a little break. Be all right. Be okay.
That I wrote I and Norb have a moment, and then Zorn and Thorn come in with beat. It's like they actually have like a heart to heart moment instead of just yelling at each other.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what is it?
Steiner's like outer shell starting to crack.
Yeah. And you pick her up and run up the chambers, lets her rest, and then Zorn and Thorn show back up, and is like, "Oh, this lady will take care of you for us," and then you can fight Beatrix again, just so you can get wiped again at the end of the fight. So that's 3 times now. That's 3. Let's see if there's any more coming up. Which I don't think so, because Zidane asks her what her duty is, and says the princess is behind him, and she can't believe what's happened, and heals Garnet because she doesn't believe that that's actually the princess.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why the fuck you wouldn't, but all right. Like, you knew what they were gonna do here. How do you not know what the fuck's going on? Like, she flat out
like,
told
I didn't
you.
believe it.
And then fucking fat cunt walks in and tells Zorn and Thorn to throw Garnet in prison and unleashes Bundersnatch.
Bandersnatch.
Okay, I must have typoed it, I guess. And
It's
he's
from Alice in Wonderland.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Square, what are you doing?
How
I
did you
looked it
not get
up.
a copyright? What the fuck?
Alice in Wonderland's public domain.
Is it really?
Yeah, they're like from the 1900 or 1800s.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Lewis Carroll or whatever.
I don't know. But that fucking thing is weird looking. It's like this freaky ass white dog with like just soulless eyes and weird human teeth, kinda, but not
It's,
really.
I think it looks like has a ditto face. It's a
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
squirrel bunny with a scary face.
Yes.
It's got like the ditto eyes, but it has like the disturbed mouth on it.
Yeah.
Band.
This thing's a nightmare. But
It's just goofy as shit. Like it has a big long tongue that sticks out that licks you.
what is with this game and tongues?
I don't know.
So many tongues that are long. But anyway, you have to fight it and escape. And
I
on
have some urine that needs to escape my bladder.
well, you can let that escape here in a minute because we're almost done. Because I have to piss too. But we got you. Anyway, you fight them on the way back down the castle. They're constantly fucking following you. And
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a mini boss.
I thought that too, but then there's like multiple of them.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
fucking easy as shit.
Yes. Um, and then on your way back down the castle trying to escape, Steiner finally comes to his senses. He's like,
And
"All
leaves.
right, all right, we're on disc 2, almost to the end of disc 2. So,
Dude, I was pissed
what?
because I was pissed because it's like, dude, you finally fucking do this, and it's like, oh, I lost my dragon knight and my actual knight, and I have a thief, a black mage, and a white mage, which is like my least favorite party ever. I fucking hate every time it happens because I'm like so used to having stronger characters in my team that
Right, I feel
attack physically. And
that.
it's like, oh no, I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, this game does weird shit. And at the bottom, Zidane's trapped again by Zorn and Thorn. And then Marcus and Blank come out the sides and fucking knock their asses out. Why you wouldn't kill them, I don't know. And yeah.
I can't hold it anymore.
Oh man.
Hello, sorry,
Mike's a bitch.
dude. I was dribbling. Fuck you.
Uh,
This isn't a fucking Chinese sweatshop.
yes, it is.
I don't have any empty bottles lying here.
You should always just have one duct taped to you for these things.
Yeah.
uh,
I don't know. I just sat up, dude. I was like, oh fuck, I really have to pee.
oh, dude, I've had to piss for the last hour.
Oh,
And I also
this
pissed
is
while we
coming.
were on the podcast. You just probably didn't notice.
Oh,
Like, I went to my bathroom with my laptop and one-handed
fuck.
it. Like, just one-handed it talking.
Is this what they were talking about when they said multitasking?
Yeah. Anyway, after those dudes are knocked out, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Now we're riding that insect thing. What's he called again?
Uh, I don't think I wrote it down. Something.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You jump back on.
Gargrant or something.
Yeah. You jump back on him. And here we go with the repetitiveness again. To go back to Trano, we run into another giant snake. And it's even worse than the last one. And after it's dead, somehow it's still chasing us
It's a
on
green worm. It's a green worm, and it has purple spikes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it molted. It had like these. Is it I forget if it's the first or the second. I think the green one has like frilly things. Before they were spirals on its face.
Yeah, they're different a little
Yeah,
bit. But like after you kill him, somehow in the cutscene, you get a
I had
nice little
trouble with
cutscene.
this. Did you not have trouble with this?
What with
The
the
green thing?
not really.
Because it does. Is it? It fucking rolls up its body or whatever. Is it counterattack? I think it might be. Is it to magic and physical or just physical attacks?
I do not remember, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
Because
But
then it tanks your attack, and it's best to just use magic on them, from what I've seen.
okay. Well, you heard it here first. That's how you beat him. My problem with this thing is once you kill it, you get an FMV of it chasing you,
I don't understand that.
and your fucking bug crashes into a fucking wall, and you fly out and hit the ground, and you're all like, wake up.
What happened to the bug?
Yeah, exactly.
All that
See,
shit for us.
my boy is somewhere where he is probably in danger, and it's like having a dog. You don't want
Yeah,
your dog hurt. It's
the
fucked
thing's
up.
like however old. So I don't know how that thing lived because it only got fed when it got rode, but it didn't get rid for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was thinking whenever Todd was like summoning it. I was like, what if it's dead? You like haven't used this for like a year or so.
And I thought the fucking same shit too. It's weird as fuck. But your bug crashes into a fucking wall, and you land in Pinnacle Rocks. And there's a cutscene of the Queen hiring two assassins to get her pendant back from Garnet.
Zorn and Thorn can't are like treated how
Beatrix is being treated kind of.
yeah, like how everybody else is being treated by her.
Yeah, just like pieces of shit. Um,
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like, I'm surprised they never joined you guys, like, yet, after everything, anyway. Like, even after this point. Spoilers, they don't join you. I kind of fucked that one up, but alright, whatever.
Well, that's fine. I didn't think they would.
Well, you would think they would after Beatrix did, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Well, they're a little bit
I thought they were
evil.
gonna be turned into like monstrosities at some point.
I don't know. I don't remember. Hardly remember this game. I remember just, like, special shit in it, really. But,
Oh wait, the red-headed dude man, which is the only way I knew that was because it's his name.
his name's Amaranth. That's his real
Well,
name.
it's yeah before he gets
Spoilers.
the real name.
Yeah.
The other chick's what Lana. She was just called boisterous woman. But the red-headed man, I thought that was a fucking wooden helmet.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was one of those like rice farmer helmets or whatever they're called.
And he jumps off the edge
Yeah,
of the
I
castle. He just drops. He's fuck it.
thought he
Uh,
was a zombie dude.
yeah, he kind of like looks like a monkey, like a big ape kind of thing, like the way his
Nice.
arms are and shit.
Yeah.
Um, you'll have fun fighting him later. So fucking
But
annoying. Oh my god. But anyway, she hires them. Redhead dude jumps off. Anime, very anime again.
yeah.
And now we're at Pinnacle Rock. There's a floating man we meet.
Boy, the fleet arrives. The queen's like, finally, and then she gets on the fleet and leave, or the what was her ship called? Like the Red Rose or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, I forgot to
Yeah,
write down that cutscene. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
And she goes to the with the fleet.
yeah, to Lindblom, right?
Yeah.
And doesn't she attack Lindblom, or is that the cutscene after?
That's after Pinnacle Rock.
All right, because it's a cool cutscene. Anyway, uh, you're at Pinnacle Rock, and there's a floating man there, and he turns out to be Ramu, the Thunder God.
A wild Ramu appears.
Yeah, it's exactly what it feels like. And he manifests himself 5 times in the forest, and you gotta run around and try and find him. And each one has a part of a story, and then he has you tell him the story how it should be.
Yeah,
And we'll let you guys decide what's right. Because I don't want to spoil that part. Because I love this emotional part here. But, or this spiritual awakening part, I should probably call it. So, I don't really want to say what that story is about and everything. So, do you agree or no? Do you
well, he
want
does bring up the was it that her power was used to kill the rat tree.
kill the what?
The rat tree. Whenever the queen summoned Odin.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
like, your power has been used to kill people.
oh, yeah, 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 yeah. He does say that. Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh my.
Okay. And afterwards, after you get out of the forest and you find him 5 times, there's a little dialogue and then a cutscene where the queen is attacking Lindbaum. And this is what I wrote down because I don't know what the fuck this is with a giant mouth Eidolon, Aeon, whatever the fuck they are called.
I seen it in
Summon.
I seen it in the first Dissidia game. It was one of the summons that you could have.
What is it? Do you know?
It's I think its name in Dissidia was just Gate.
Huh.
It
Okay.
reminds me of there's a part of Naruto Shippuden whenever Pain like destroys the um, village hidden in the leaves, and like one of the Pain has like multiple different versions of himself. It's really weird and convoluted. But
Like
one of
Pain
them's
from
like
Final Fantasy X too? Pain? That Pain?
no Pain from Naruto Shippuden.
I've watched 3 episodes of Naruto Shippuden.
Well, there's one of the Pains. It's like a giant or can summon a giant face or whatever and eat souls. It's like
Oh,
kind of what it reminds me of, except it's just like a giant wind thing that sucks shit into it. I guess Sin kind of does that.
yeah, pretty much. But it's like through his fucking like bottom butthole.
Yeah,
His belly button.
there you go.
I mean, it is like in the center of his bottom, his sweet white underbelly.
I don't even. Sin looks different like every time you see him, doesn't he?
No, you just the problem is with Sin
He
is
had
you
like the
fucking
big Godzilla looking part of him, but everything else looked kind of different.
well, it's like the problem is you never really see his himself as a whole until like the end because they just show different parts of him, not the
You
whole
see
body.
the you do in the beginning, right? Whenever he's eating Xanakin.
No, you just see under him.
Oh, okay.
And like you see kind of like his face, I think. Like the head a little bit. But
Because I remember like seeing like the front part of it.
yeah, that's what I mean, like the head and shit. I remember that whenever he destroyed all the Crusaders and shit.
Yeah,
Like that's not at the beginning. That's kind of like that's like a
that
third of the way, I think, or some shit.
that's whenever you like first talk to what's his name.
Oh, Aaron. Yeah, it's like
No, the whatchamacallit, the blue guy that has his chest and stomach exposed all the time for some reason.
Seymour.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the place I was talking about. I thought you were talking about whenever you talked to
Seymour
Arn.
reminds me of Cujo kind of, or Cujo.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I know exactly what you mean. Um, no, I thought you were talking about Arn because I thought you were thinking it was there, but it's just a little bit after that that all happens. So that's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh no.
But anyway, this fucking giant mouth is sucking Lindbaum and fucking shit up, and she's sending in black mages to kill, and they're fucking going in there killing shit. And Garnett and Zidane are running through like this grassy ass field, and they like hit the ground, like hit the dirt kind
Yeah.
of. They're like, holy fuck, what the fuck is going on? And you run up into Lindbaum to investigate, and that's the end of this episode.
Essentially.
Next time on the
Oh,
Tattered Couch Podcast. My computer just sent me the fucking ding noise that it's about to die, by the way.
I don't know what's on next time because I haven't played this game before.
Uh,
And if Mitch says it,
I'll
he'll
tell you.
ruin it.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Just-
I'll tell you. In private.
Oh,
Ooh, we can get weird.
yeah.
All right. I'll catch you later, man. Later, dudes.
Adios. Was it magnanimous Mitch?
Yeah, sure. Later.
Later.